Hi guys, and welcome to Thankful Thursdays again with myself, Kel, and also Rachel. So Rachel's video for today might be up a little bit late, but she's still going to try and do it. And I will say before I do my video, and I seem to always be starting with excuses lately, but I've been quite ill the last few days, maybe a week, with tiredness and weakness, and it's quite difficult for me to just sit here to do the video. It's quite exhausting. The doctors aren't really sure what's wrong with me, but I'm sure that'll soon unravel, so I've got to have some blood tests in the morning. But that to the side, the question that we're looking at this week is, how do you find your voice? So looking at this question, there's two ways you could take the question, and the first one is your voice in terms of psychologically your own voice, your voice over your eating disorder. Or also, secondly, your voice in recovery, your voice for yourself, standing up for yourself, speaking out for yourself and your needs as you're recovering. So I guess I'll try and look at both of those elements, and then hopefully that does answer your question. So for the first part, finding your voice over the anorexic voice or the bulimic voice or whatever it is, over the eating disordered voice, can be really quite a difficult task, but it's certainly possible. And I think things that really helped me was sort of positive affirmations and things that I've talked about in other videos, like reminding yourself why the eating disordered voice is wrong and why it's important to be healthy and things like that. And I like to sort of put positive quotes in places, and I even for a while actually had my counsellor's business card stuck with a magnet to the fridge, so like when I went to eat, that kind of gave me extra strength. And I know maybe that's a bit cheesy, but it did. And something else that I've also started to do is, because this year I've been healthy pretty much, I've been healthy the whole year, so since Christmas through and a bit before that, what I've started to do is keep a photo album of all my happy memories, so with all the lovely people that I've been to places with and all the positive things I've done. I've tried to keep photographs of all of those, and I've put them in an album, and that just really helps remind me what I'm fighting for, and that gives my voice much more strength. And not even with the eating disorder, because like I've said before, I don't experience the eating disordered voice anymore, but also with the sort of down, depressed, low type mood, it helps with that as well. But moving on to the second part, and I suspect this is how the question was intended, but I'm not sure, about finding your voice in recovery, standing up for yourself, taking control of your own recovery sort of thing. And being able to speak up was something that I found really, really difficult. And I know I've said a lot that I write, and again I'm going to suggest that because for me that's one of the really important things. I can get my voice out on paper, I can write what I need to say and things like that. So definitely writing, and sometimes I don't even write with a plan, I just put the pen to the paper, or I just put my hands on the keyboard and I just write, just totally free thought. And that's really useful because it helps you find out what you're really feeling, and then hopefully you can understand yourself a bit better, and it gives you time to think it through, and then hopefully then you can explain that better to other people as well. What's also important is finding people you feel you can be yourself with, so somebody that you can explain both sides of it to, and then you can sort of share it all with them without feeling judged by them, and that's really important. And that could be a counsellor or a friend, somebody in the family, it could be anybody. And being able to be completely honest with just one person that you feel safe with, even if you don't feel like you need necessarily to explain things thoroughly to them, you don't need to say I need this, I want this. It can still be really useful to be sort of practicing using your voice in that way, speaking in a way that gets you what you need. And then slowly over time, hopefully you can start to use that with other people talking to. I think my psychiatrist was somebody that I found difficult to have my voice with. When I went to appointments with her, I found that I always became quite quiet and withdrawn, and I didn't speak because I was quite intimidated by the environment, and that's probably not a good thing at all, but I certainly was intimidated by the environment. So for me it helped to write through what I needed to tell her, and then if I could, talk it through with my counsellor, and then I could go to my psychiatrist, and I felt a bit more confident in using my voice, and I felt a bit more able to do it. And that even went through with lots of people, even at uni. I was at uni at the time, with family members, with friends. Even now in work, if I need to say, oh, look, I can only take on so much from my own health. So it's really important to be able to use your own voice. And so practicing, talking to people who you're safe, writing, they're all things I think are really important. Now, hopefully that talks about that a little bit. I really don't feel very up to making this video this week, but I just really wanted to. So hopefully that's been of some use, and hopefully I'm feeling a little bit better next week. So take care until next week, guys. Bye.